There's no doubt that I'm a huge Dave Ramsey fan. Total Money Makeover was one of the first personal finance books I ever read, and it's still one of the best personal finance books I've ever read. But there is a situation where Dave Ramsey might think I'm nuts. You know, not the fact that I'm sitting in the parking lot of his office building, but no, it's actually a personal finance money-related situation. So what is the situation? Well, we're gonna find out what that is right now. I know. Who am I to talk about Dave Ramsey? This guy has helped hundreds of thousands of people. He's helped them boost their savings, invest for retirement, and pay off a mountain of debt. I'm debt free! So I have to be pretty bold, crazy, confident for me to sit here and disagree with Dave. Jeff, I just think you're kind of crazy. All right, first things first. You need to know that I am not a Dave hater. I'm a huge fan of Dave Ramsey. I'm a huge fan of Total Money Makeover, one of my most favorite personal finance books. I also love the baby steps. I recently just recorded a video talking about the baby steps, how simplistic, how practical, and how good they are for those that are trying to accomplish financial freedom, and they just need some simple steps to follow. You better respect my baby steps. But there is one piece of advice, one piece in his baby steps that I just disagree with, and let me explain further. Okay, so in baby step 4, Dave talks about investing 15% of your household income for retirement. And I don't disagree with that. I actually fully support that. Now, a piece of that, though, we talk about the 401k as opposed to the Roth IRA. And Dave clearly says that if you have a 401k that offers a match, you want to get your free money first.
The first one you want to do before you do anything is take the match. You have a 3% match, you want to take the match because there's nothing that beats doubling your money on day one.
So what Dave is saying is invest into your 401k up until the match. So let's say your company is offering a 6% match. You want to put as much money as you can to take full advantage of that match. After you've maximized all that free money in the 401k with that match, then you go to your Roth IRA to take advantage of the tax-free money.
So we always take the free money up to the match. And then we say Roth.
So in summary, we are getting our free money from our 401k in form of the employer match. We then go to the Roth IRA to get the tax-free money, and then we come back to our 401k until we fully maxed out our tax deferral in our 401k plan. Now, this advice is not bad advice. I mean, Dave could have been talking about how to invest into your 409k. At least Dave is not doing that.
He's bad. He's a bad guy.
Anytime you are saving or investing for your financial future, you are not doing a bad thing. But while this isn't bad advice, it is advice that I don't agree with. And I'm sure you're wondering in the world, how could I disagree with this advice? I mean, this is sound logic. You get your free money and then you get tax-free money. Like, how could I have any issues with that? Jeff, you better have some good stats because I'm not buying this yet. Well, let me share some data and some stats where you can see where I'm coming from, and I'll let you decide if you agree with Dave or if you agree with me. So let's look at some of these stats right now. All right, before we get into the 401k stats, here's 2 critical things that you need to know regarding 401k plans. The first critical thing that you need to know is called a vesting schedule. Essentially what this means, just because your company has that 401k match, that free money, doesn't mean the money is really free. Essentially, if you were to quit your job tomorrow, next year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years from now, doesn't mean all that 401k match is coming with you. A vesting schedule is a way to protect that company from giving you that match so that if you do quit your job or leave, that they can take that money back. The 2 most common vesting schedules that you'll see are either a graded vesting schedule or a cliff. A graded vesting schedule typically is between 5 and 7 years and works like this. After you work for a year, you're entitled to 20% of that match after 2 years. It could be 40% after 3 years. You're entitled to 60% until you either fulfill that 5 or 7 year working period that you actually get all of that free money. With a cliff vesting schedule, you'll either have to fulfill a 2, maybe even a 3 year working period before you get any of that money. So let's say that you have a 3 year cliff vesting schedule on your 401k plan. After you work with your company for 1 year, you're getting 0% of that 401k match. After 2 years, once again, 0%. After that 3rd year, now you get 100% of that 401k match. I share this because many people don't even know that a vesting schedule exists. I even had a client who left their job and was trying to roll over their 401k, and they thought they had paid a penalty for doing the rollover. But essentially what it was is that they hadn't fulfilled that vesting schedule, so that free money that they saw in their 401k account wasn't theirs. It went back to the company. The second piece of critical information that you need to know are the letters QDIA. This stands for Qualified Default Investment Alternative. Essentially, the Department of Labor recognized that most people that have access to a 401k plan, that have access to this free money in the 401k match, aren't signing up. They aren't having any money taken out of their paychecks, and they're not saving for retirement. So to help people out, they set it up where you don't have to sign up. You're going to have money automatically taken out of your paycheck, and it goes into this default investment choice. But you have to realize, if they are taking money out of your paycheck and automatically putting into an investment that you didn't sign off on, like, there are major legal ramifications for that. So any investment that qualifies as a default investment alternative has to be a safe investment. That typically is target date funds, which we'll talk more about here in a sec. But essentially, it's just a safe investment. Is not going to make as much as somebody that is investing into the broader markets.
Okay, Jeff, those are some good points, but where are you going with this?
So at this point, you're probably wondering, so what do I disagree with? Like, what do I think people should do? Well, I'm glad that you ask. So my view is that instead of getting the free money in the 401k first, you actually start with the Roth IRA to get the tax-free money. After you've maxed out the tax-free money in the Roth, then you go back to the 401k. All right, so hear me out. So investing in the 401k, getting the free money, like, that's not bad advice. I've already established that. But it is blanket advice towards the masses and doesn't apply to everybody. So why in the world would I suggest doing the Roth IRA first over the 401k, especially if there is a free match? Well, there is a couple reasons. First and foremost, most people that sign up for a 401k don't know what they are putting their money into. Many elect to have it go into that qualified default investment alternative, or they're just listening to their coworkers on where they should put their money. One of those default investments is a target date mutual fund. Fidelity just reported their stats on over 17.4 million 401k accounts, and 53% of them had their money in a target date mutual fund. For those that aren't familiar with a target date mutual fund, they just aren't that great. Yes, there are some decent ones, but many of them don't perform well. And back in 2008, when they were supposed to protect your money in the event of a financial crisis, they didn't. The other thing regarding a 401k match is that it isn't a lot of money. Fidelity also reported that the average employer match is 2.7% of a person's pay. See, not every employer is going to offer a dollar for dollar match up to a certain percentage. Some employers just offer a 50 cents on the dollar match. So just because it sounds like you're getting 100% return on that money, we're not talking about a big chunk that's going to move the needle. And the other reason why I choose the Roth over the 401k is that you have to know what you are putting your money into. There isn't an easy way just to sign up and have money automatically taken out and put into some investment that you have no idea how it works, how it performs, what the cost is, what the fees are, and how you make money. If you open up a Roth IRA, typically you're going to meet with a a financial advisor, a financial expert that's going to educate you on how to invest your money. And just going through that experience, all of a sudden now you have so much more information, so much more knowledge than just signing up for a 401k, having money blindly taken out of your paycheck, put into something that you have no idea what it is. Now I'm gonna break out the big guns. I'm gonna break out the financial calculator and show you what is the difference between getting that free money in the 401k as opposed to investing into the Roth, getting that tax-free money, and just seeing the difference of return over time.
Jeff, these numbers better be good.
All right, we're taking a look at the financial calculator here, and first we have to come up with a few assumptions. The first of which is, what is the average US salary? The Street.com reports that the average salary in the US is $46,800. Just to make this very simple and using round numbers, we're going to use $50,000 as the annual salary. As I stated earlier, Fidelity reports that the average employer contribution is 2.7%. Fidelity has also reported that the average employee contribution, so what you are putting in, the worker is putting in, is 8.8%. Now, just to make this easy, I'm going to be nice. We're going to increase some of these numbers. So the first look here is that I have 10%. So the employee contribution is going to be 10%, and we are doing a 50% match on up to 6%. So if somebody is making $50,000, putting 10% into their 401k, if they start at the age of 30 and do so up until the age of 65, averaging 8% return, which is what the S&P has averaged over its history, we have accumulated a total of $1,168,032 to be exact. So this is putting money into the 401k. Like, once again, that's still really, really good. Like, there's nothing bad about that. But what if we were putting this in the Roth? Okay, so now we're going to look at the Roth IRA. So with the Roth IRA, we are starting with a zero balance. We're putting in $5,000 a year, which I know is less than the maximum contribution. We do so in the same time frame, 30 until the age of 65, but instead of making 8%, we are making 10% return. Now, instead of having 1.1 million, we have grown that to be 1.4 million, $1,490,634 to be exact. So initially, the Roth IRA easily wins if we just look at the numbers, 1.4 compared to 1.1. But the other thing that we haven't even talked about yet is, once again, the Roth IRA is tax-free, but with the 401k, we do have to pay taxes. And yes, there are the deductions from our contribution into the 401k. I totally get it. But still, we're talking a difference of $300,000, and the fact that it's tax-free, I mean, you see where I'm coming from. For those that are hating and just saying, well, why couldn't I just make the 10% in the 401k instead of the Roth? Well, here's the thing. It's actually proven where if you are seeking financial counsel from a financial planner, you will make more return.
Say what?
Yes, Dave, that is what I said. And this is not coming from some financial planner organization or some mutual fund company that is selling loaded mutual funds. No, it is Vanguard that has done extensive research and shown that those are using a financial advisor can make not just 2% more return, but it can actually make over 3% return. But going back to the 401k, let's say that the employer is actually matching 100%. We're not even doing 50% if we are doing 100% match. Instead of having 1.1 million, now we have grown that to 1.4, which is still less than what? You guessed it, the Roth IRA.
So Dave, do you still think that I'm crazy?
Yep, I sure do, Jeff, I sure do. Okay, so Dave still thinks that I'm crazy, and that's okay. Chances are you probably think that I am crazy too. But if you get anything out of this video, this is the biggest takeaway. Just because you hear blanket financial advice doesn't mean that it's the best advice for you. For me personally, I learned so much more opening a Roth IRA and beginning my investing journey. It started with crappy mutual funds, and it graduated into some really bad stock picks until I finally picked some investments that have made me way more than the S&P has made me, way more than the 12% mutual funds have averaged that Dave talks about a lot. And I've learned so much more in the process. But I wouldn't have got that had I just opened up a 401k account and put it into some target date fund and let somebody else decide my investing fate. But the question still remains, do you think that I'm crazy, or do you think that Dave knows what's up, but if you think I'm crazy or if you don't, let me know in the comments below. And just because I got Dave here on the YouTube channel, you might as well give him a like and might as well subscribe while you're here. Dave, I appreciate you coming on the channel. Let me, differ my opinion with yours and your money advice. You're still a good man. Thank you, Jeff. I greatly appreciate it. What do you think, Dave? You want to close out this video? This is Dave Ramsey reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Just don't listen to this idiot Jeff Rose. He's crazy.